Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
You know that feeling, right? Someone you care about is having a really hard time and you desperately want to help, but you're just stuck. You have no idea what to say. Well, let's get into it, because how we choose our words in those moments can make a world of difference.
And yeah, it's a totally normal fear to have. You've got the best intentions in the world, but sometimes even the most common phrases can kind of backfire and end up making things worse. So this whole explainer is about figuring out how to navigate those conversations with a little more compassion and a lot more confidence.
Okay, first things first, it is so important to get this. We are not just talking about a bad mood or a rough week. Clinical depression is a serious health condition. I mean, everyday things that we might not even think about, getting out of bed, making a sandwich, can feel like climbing Mount Everest. And really understanding that is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. So before we jump into the scripts and the specific phrases, we got to take a step back. We need to start with empathy. To really, truly connect with someone, we have to at least try to get a glimpse into the world they might be living in. You have to understand, depression is a liar. It can twist someone's thinking and plant this awful, deep-seated feeling that they are a weight on everyone around them. And when you feel like a burden, reaching out for help feels like the last thing you should do. And that goes hand in hand with this next one. There's often this relentless inner critic just screaming at them, blaming them for not being able to just get over it or snap out of it. It's this vicious cycle of self-blame that is just exhausting. And remember, depression isn't always about feeling intensely sad. A lot of the time, it's about feeling nothing at all. It's a profound emptiness, a bone-deep exhaustion that's way more than just being tired. It's like your entire system has just shut down. So you put all that together, feeling like a burden, blaming yourself for it, and being completely drained of all energy. I mean, of course, asking for help feels pretty much impossible, right? And this is exactly why our gentle, proactive support is so incredibly vital. So with all that in mind, let's finally talk about what we can actually say. All right, now that we've got that foundation of empathy, let's look at some actual concrete phrases that can really genuinely help. We're talking about words that build bridges, not walls. So what's the magic here? What do these all have in common? Well, they validate, they connect, and they chip away at the shame. Saying, "I'm glad you told me," honors their courage. "You're not alone" is a direct attack on the isolation depression thrives on. "That sounds hard" proves you're listening. And "this isn't your fault," well, that silences that inner critic we were just talking about. Now, on the flip side, knowing what not to say is just as important. And this is the tricky part, because a lot of these phrases, they come from a good place. We mean well, but they just don't land right and can end up doing more harm than good. Ah, the classic, just think positive. The reason this one stings is because it suggests depression is just a bad attitude they could fix if they tried. That's like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. It's completely dismissive. Instead, validating them with, "That sounds really hard," shows that you actually hear their pain. Here's another one. Look, pain is not a competition. Telling someone that other people have it worse doesn't make their suffering disappear. It just piles a thick layer of guilt and shame right on top. But a simple, "I'm sorry you're dealing with this," keeps the focus right where it needs to be, on them. And this one is just so important. Let's be crystal clear. Depression is an illness. It is not a character flaw. It is not a weakness. Suggesting they just need more strength only feeds into that cycle of self-blame. Reminding them this isn't your fault can be one of the most powerful, compassionate things you can do. So what do you do when they don't want to talk? Or maybe they just can't. That exhaustion and numbness can make a conversation feel impossible. In those moments, our support needs to shift from words to actions. The absolute key here is to offer your presence without any pressure. Just letting them know that it's okay to be silent can be a massive relief. You're basically saying, "My care for you isn't based on you performing for me. I'm just here." And that is huge. You know, sometimes actions speak so much louder than words. When just doing the dishes feels like a monumental chore, having someone just come over and quietly do them, that is love. That says, "I care about you" more profoundly than a whole speech could. Okay, we need to get serious for a moment because this is critical. If you start to hear words like hopelessness or they talk about being a burden, you need to ask directly if they are thinking about hurting themselves. I know it's a scary question, but you have to ask. Take it seriously, gently encourage them to talk to a professional, and just try to stay calm and be there for them. So we've covered what to say, what not to say, and what to do when words fail. So what's the big takeaway here? What's the one thing to hold on to if you forget everything else? This is it. This is the whole thing right here. Your goal is not to fix them. You're not their therapist. You don't have a magic wand. Your single most powerful and important role is to be a steady, caring presence that cuts through the suffocating isolation that depression creates. So ultimately, you can let go of the pressure to find the absolute perfect words. It's not about one flawless conversation. It's about the pattern of your presence. It's about consistently and kindly showing up and reminding them with your actions and your simple words that somebody on this planet cares about them. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture. It could be a simple text message, or dropping off a coffee, or just sitting together in comfortable silence. Who in your life right now could use that quiet, powerful reminder that they are not alone?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.